Ladies and gentlemen, let's gaming to the video. If you want to run HairWorks on an AMD card, I have, well, some help for you. More specifically, this help comes to us from a user over on Reddit. If I can just remember the chap's name, it is Fried Bong Water, which is a bit of an interesting name. But anyway, credit goes to him. It's a pretty simple method, and I'll be showing you how to do it, as well as some Witcher-free footage with the method intact. So to use this, you have to load up AMD's Catalyst Control Center. Obviously, there's multiple ways you can do that. I just right-clicked and hit the icon on the menu, on context menu. Next of all, you have to create a profile. Now, you don't have to do this technically, but it's advised. Obviously, what you have to do is just click on Add, navigate to the URL of Witcher 3. In this case, it's under Witcher 3 Wild Hunt bin x64, then witcher3.exe. Click on that, and then you'll have a profile. That means that you can have individual settings for that particular application. Now, these are the ones that you need to alter. Now, before we go into this, do bear in mind that higher tessellation is going to look better, but it's also going to drastically affect performance. If you've got an R9 290X-ish, and you don't mind playing under 60 FPS, then 16 times is fine. I would highly recommend, however, that you have between the setting of 4 and 16 for an average card, unless you've got like high-end Crossfire. And 8 times setting is really good if you want high levels of performance, but it still looks quite nice. It just doesn't have quite as much shininess as, let's say, oh, I don't know, 16 times. Now, for the sake of argument and just to show you the performance, I'm going to be running 8 times. So once again, override application settings. The default is AMD optimized, but we're going to be just choosing override application settings. Tessellation amount would depend on your card. To be totally honest, if you've got a lower end card, then you probably will want to not have HairWorks enabled and not go this route, because you're still going to find performance is going to be quite crippled with HairWorks enabled. But some people, by the way, are reporting that using this hack, using this maximum tessellation hack, even if you're not wishing to enable HairWorks, has a massive impact on the performance. But just for the sake of this, you just have to go for these settings, click OK, and it's going to ask you, are you sure you want to save it? Done. Okay, so now let's jump into the game itself. There is definitely still a difference with HairWorks enabled on an AMD GPU, at least on my setup currently. However, it's nowhere near as bad as if you don't go ahead and lower the tessellation with the method that's shown here. This is part of a larger discussion on the ethics of GameWorks. Obviously, some developers and manufacturers have already spoken out against the problems of GameWorks, and I'll let you do your own research. There is also some workarounds for NVIDIA, however, it goes into the actual configuration files, and instead you're altering the aliasing or amount of anti-aliasing on the actual HairWorks itself rather than the tessellation. This is especially true for slightly older versions of NVIDIA hardware. Anyway, hopefully you've enjoyed the video. I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye for now.